See, there's only one disease, and that's called toxemia. It's because when people don't know how to think powerfully or don't know how to operate from love, and they're stressing out, and they suffer with fear, anger, resentment, guilt, shame, and grief, that creates an acidic condition in the body. When people don't know how to incorporate the breath, learn how to breathe, how to get some sun, and how to drink plenty of water to hydrate their cells, and how to spend some time on the earth. When they don't know how to exercise powerfully, and when they don't know how to eat properly, and how to prepare the foods properly, it sabotages their health.
So before we move on to the cellular before we move on here, I wanted to let you guys know that Lou there's 24 recipes in this book. Is your bio in here too? Mm-hmm. Okay, and a whole bunch of great other information. The 4 principles are in there. So we're going to have a link down below. This is $24 as an ebook, and it's very thin, but it's very compact with the things that you need. Very practical day-to-day tips.
That's the book before the real book comes out worldwide. So enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, exactly. So it's $24 ebook. Check the link below. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on, Tyler. Thank you very much, y'all. Cool, man. We're next. Well, yeah, I just wanted to, you know what to do, Lou. This is just the enzyme concept. This is what kind of, you like to focus, and you use all the 4 principles, of course, but you kind of are well known as an enzyme expert. You've seen a lot of guys in the enzyme, you've seen a lot of people's lives transformed with the use of enzymes. My life was transformed with enzymes about half an hour ago. Chef Ito brought me a little plate of this stuff, and then I was just like, oh, I shouldn't have ate before this demonstration. And Lou handed me about 20 enzymes, and about 15 minutes later, I was right back at it. So enzymes are very powerful, especially if you're going to eat more of the heavier gourmet foods. Like when I eat grapes, I don't really need enzymes, but I find them to be very beneficial if you're going to eat anything heavier. And we'll definitely get into these enzymes here, but the reason why I just wanted to let Lou uses enzymes as part of his healing protocol, and he's had some profound results. So we were going to just work on the nutrition part today, and then maybe we'll get to go into some of those other principles later on. But today, I was inspired, and you'll see why when the next PowerPoint comes up, the reason why this whole thing got inspired. So we're just going to touch on this for a couple minutes here, and then I'll let Lou take it.
Well, I got excited a long time ago, many years ago. A friend of mine was dying from cancer. He was skin and bones, and he didn't have much time to live. I took off my trip. I came back several months later. He was healthy, and his cancer was all gone. He was looking really good, and I asked him what his secret was. And then he showed me this little demonstration, and he mentioned Dr. Howe. And from that, and when I saw this demonstration, and then I got the various books on enzymes and enzyme therapy, I started studying. And then I got hooked up with some enzyme therapists and started learning more. And then I found out there was like 500 volumes of enzymes and enzyme therapy from different doctors and scientists all over the world. So this is one of the most studied, research, documented pieces of information or concept in the world, yet hardly anybody knows about it. It almost like amazes me that hardly anybody in the world knows about the power of enzymes. So there's people out there that think they know about enzymes, but after what I've seen, after what I've experienced, I know that I know. I've seen what I've seen, and and so when I look at the blood work, because I do live blood analysis with people, and I see their blood, and I see what they're processing and what they're not processing. So when I put them on enzyme therapy and put them on the 4 principles, their blood gets cleaned up, their health gets cleaned up, and they feel incredible afterwards. And I do it very fast and very quick. So let me show you this demonstration quickly. Give me
okay, cool, yeah. Oh, we were going to wait till that slide came up?
Well, we could. We could, but I have a sense of doing it now.
Okay, cool. That sounds good.
So we're going to take this sticky, gooey oatmeal cereal. As you can see, it's pretty sticky right now, right? This is cooked oatmeal cereal. That's all it is. But the thing of it is that Dr. Howe, he went all over the world for 50 years studying, researching, learning the longest living people in the world. And when he found out that these people were living on enzyme-rich food, he found out that enzymes was a missing link to radiant health, longevity, and it was responsible why people became ill if they became deficient in enzymes. And when he found out, after years of research, that when a person eats cooked food, it goes into the body has to use more of its own enzymes to digest cooked food more than you remanufacture. And your body through time becomes enzyme depleted. So right now I'm going to let you know that he came up with these powerful enzymes. These are medical grade plant, full spectrum, highly active enzymes. So I'm going to take this multiple digestive enzyme that's in a veggie cap that dissolves very quickly in your system ordinarily. People take around 5 of these right before they eat, generally. But what he's going to mix is the enzymes and the oatmeal together. That little bit of moisture that's still left in that oatmeal is enough to activate these powerful plant-based enzymes, full spectrum enzymes, and it's going to break it down and liquefy it. And it's going to pre-digest it, right? It's going to pre-digest it so that when you eat food, you want to understand that when you eat food, you want to chew it well, release the enzymes that's in the food to begin with, because you're eating natural living food, right? And it helps pre-digest in the stomach before it goes into the intestinal tract for absorption. But here's the thing. Here's the thing you want to get. Most people, they eat cooked food. And when the cooked food goes into the system, they're not taking powerful enzymes like this to compensate for it. So they begin to, they're the ones that compensate. Their body, you might say, sacrifices and use more of its own enzymes to digest cooked food more than you remanufacture, which causes you to become depleted through time. And so when Dr. Howell figured that out, powerful, very powerful. And so you can see already, just in a minute, just in a quick minute, what happened when the enzyme, these full spectrum enzymes called multiple digestive enzymes, what happened to the oatmeal.
So enzymes are the oatmeal is supposed to be a health food, but when you look at it in the jar like that, and you think that's what they use to stick stuff on the wall, and it gets stuck there, and we could have threw that oatmeal on the wall, and it would have been there 100 years from now.
That's right.
And then guess what? So they say that oatmeal is a real health food. Well, maybe if it was whole oat groats and sprouted, you might have a different story, but these rolled and cooked oats are very hard to digest.
I'm not going to mention the doctor's name, but he's a medical doctor. He's very well known. And he says eat oatmeal cereal, it's good for you. You know, he's talking about cooked oatmeal cereal. He says it's good for you. But you know what? They just found out he has colon cancer. And I'm saying to you that if you want to eat oatmeal cereal, that's fine. But if you're going to do it the correct way, you take the actual grain itself, called oat groats, soak them, germinate them, and then blend it up into a cereal. Throw a little cinnamon with it if you want, a couple dates, and then put it in a bowl. Maybe grate a little apple on there, sprinkle a couple raisins in there, eat that. Now you're eating live food, not cooked.
Yes. And that doesn't leave that gluten-y, waxy,
no, because when you germinate it, it activates the enzymes, and now it breaks itself down. It breaks down into micronutrients, kind of like this. So that's why, if you're going to continue eating cooked food, it's definitely a good idea to go to his website and get some powerful enzymes to help ingest when you eat food. At least 5 of them, right? 4 or 5 of them right before you eat. But, you know, the reason I still take enzymes, even though I do all raw, living, enzyme-activated food, is because our organic food in the U.S. is running 25 to 75% enzyme and mineral deficient. That's why I don't hesitate to enjoy at least 5 or 6 of those enzymes every time I eat my food. I eat a couple of good meals a day. But, you know, I'll tell you this, coming from a background of going to the bathroom every 3 weeks, 38 years ago, for the last 38 years, I eat 2 meals a day. I go about 2-3 times a day. Regular, simple, easy eliminations. In other words, I have a natural urge. I go to the bathroom. I sit down. I eliminate some pretty decent volume. I have soft, easy eliminations. It's a faint odor, if any. And it's been going on 2-3 times a day like that for 38 years. But let me tell you something. Our country is constipated. It's so constipated you have no idea. We have a multi-billion-dollar industry today called the laxative industry to validate that. So I'm saying to you, our country is constipated. We're so constipated as a country, not only constipated in our brain, but we're constipated in our heart, and we're constipated down here in the gut. And a lot of the things, what goes here, it affects us up here and here, in case you didn't know that. So we want to maximize digestion. If we can maximize and perfect our ability to digest everything that we eat, so we can assimilate it, utilize it, metabolize it, and eliminate it, and run clean and efficient, we're going to live a lot healthier, a lot stronger, a lot more powerful.
Why don't you say that again? Because that's the key to this whole video right here. So say that about the constipation, digestion, and elimination. Maybe even a little bit slower, because I want to make sure everybody gets this, because this is key for my health. Because I know it all comes from here. I do really well here, because that's pretty easy, because I know what I am. This, takes a little bit of work. Down here, if this thing is clogged up, and I just want to make sure that the people I care about,
it affects the way you think.
Yeah.
Even
if you're dirty down here, you're dirty down here.
Right.
And I'll tell you, because before I spent the whole day not eating, because I wanted to do a really good job. And if you want to have a clear head, you'll just skip a meal or two. You know what I mean? We know that secret. And then I was out here and got tempted, and then I ate, and I really felt my excitement for today kind of dwindle a little bit until I popped those enzymes, did some stretching, and kind of got myself back. But the cleaner and more empty you are down here, the clearer this is going to be. So let's emphasize on the digestion and
some people, when they hear this, they may or not be able to easily accept or relate to what I'm saying. But a long time ago, my first 21 years of my life, I did eat animals. I ate my beef, I ate my chicken, my turkey, my fish, pork, whatever. I did that, and I ate conventional lifestyle. But when I was instructed from the Most High, when I saw this white light in the presence, and I was told to abstain from all flesh and take living foods, I didn't even understand that, because I came from Burger King. I came from fast foods. I came from a very conventional lifestyle. So when I met that man that turned out to be the strongest, most healthiest, most radiant, strongest individual I ever met in my life, I was so inspired by him. But when he showed me how to prepare foods and how to think powerfully, but I started eating these fresh live foods and how to soak those seeds and germinate them, activate them, enzyme activate my foods. Within months, I got well, and it was really exciting. But the thing of it is, I discovered something very interestingly, is that when you can eat food that can easily get digested and assimilated and utilized and eliminated and run efficient, how much of a difference it made for me. And not only cleaned me up and got me healed, but I've been feeling great ever since. So I've learned to realize, physically speaking, that we need to master the art of digesting our food properly and completely, and burn clean and eliminate clean. And so this thing about digestion is really vital. But in order to be able to have good, healthy digestion, we need to be able to breathe, because it takes oxygen to burn our fuel. We also need to drink good water, fresh juices, good living water. That's why I said get the cake. If you don't have geothermal water access to, then at least get the cake machine that can purify and alkalinize the structure of water, so you can at least hydrate yourself and flush yourself, regulate yourself, neutralize the free radicals, and alkalinize your body all at the same time. And drink those fresh juices. That's why I like the Green Star Elite Juicer, because I can run my cucumber and celery and greens. I run it right through there and drink a 32 ounce every day. You know that lemon ginger blast? We had one link to one of our...
a lot of addicts. We'll put another link down below for the lemon ginger blast.
Absolutely, absolutely. But here's the thing, though. The second thing we want to master is how to detoxify the body. How to get all that gunk out of the system, the parasites, the viruses, the bacteria, the yeast, and the fungus. Get it out of the system so we can run clean. And you can master those two things. The third one is just to master maintaining the consistency of doing those things on a consistent basis. That's why it's important.
This guy gets excited. But I wanted to just, so that it's very practical and simple. You can answer me real quick and answer my friends out there on YouTube. What are the best foods for humans?
Oh my gosh.
Just to simplify.
Simplify.
Yeah.
Very simple. Plant-based, organic, enzyme-rich, cultured foods. Real simple. See, we don't need to kill anything. We don't have to kill animals to live and to eat. We don't have to kill the fish. We don't have to even eat that green, slimy green algae out of the water. We can eat the green herbs. There's so many wonderful grasses and herbs that grow on the ground. Eat your food that comes from a seed, And as I learned to take flower pollen and, the grasses and the herbs and the fruits and vegetables off the land, and whatever seeds and nuts I may consume, I soak them first. And then I germinate, enzyme activate them. I even culturize them. That's why they want to go on the other link and learn how to make that almond coconut yogurt. I make macadamia and coconut yogurt, Brazil nut and coconut yogurt, or just Brazil yogurt, or how about pine nut yogurt, walnut yogurt, pecan yogurt, sunflower seeds, sprouted sunflower seeds. I made it into a yogurt. Oh my gosh, I mean, there's so many smoothies and dressings and soups and dips and parfaits that you can make with all these different things.
Okay, so for you that was simple. I'll even make it more simple. For radiant health and beauty naturally, fruits, vegetables, soaked nuts and seeds, and then the Lou Corona culturizing idea takes it to a whole other level, because a lot of people that are protein burners, they end up going back to animal products because the new world is going to require that we stop killing these. It's like very inefficient. It's
Right.
not bad or good or right or wrong. It's just inefficient.
Right.
And it's tough on the body. So if you're a protein burner, which Lou's more of a protein burner, but he's also so healthy that when you're really healthy, you can burn all of them. But there's a lot of people that need more protein, or they get sick. They say, I was on a vegan diet, but I got sick.
Right.
Well, they weren't getting enough of the amino acids to stay balanced and healthy.
That's right.
And that's why we like to share the coconut almond yogurt, the soaking of the nuts and seeds, and we like to make sure we get plenty of essential fatty acids and amino acids. So
And glucose. Right.
and the sugars from the plants and the fruits. So fruits, vegetables, soaked nuts and seeds, like I've been saying all along.
Right. Exactly.
That's my little mantra. So
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And that's why when we show people how to soak almonds, the king of the nuts, right? How to soak them up for 24 hours. Of course, they're untreated, right? Untreated, no chemicals. And when we soak for 24 hours and make yogurt out of almonds, unlocking the amino acids from the proteins that are in those seeds, I mean, that's powerful. That is so powerful. Then you can build lean muscle, hair, skin, and bones, manufacture metabolic enzymes that run the whole system, and hormones.
a lot of people miss out on that in the raw food world, and that's kind of why we are getting together doing this work. We'll move on here, but
When do you want to show the physical thing for that?
well,
Later?
maybe we'll show the physical demonstration later, but I wanted to let them know that we are planning on going to Lou's house tonight and making some recipes so that we can put them up after this, so that you can get so that you can get more practical stuff, so that you can put some of this stuff into practice and stay strong and healthy and build a healthy microflora in your GI tract, and a strong, healthy GI tract that's assimilating and eliminating at a high level is where the radiant health and the beauty comes from naturally.